And the action continues here in Marikina Sports Complex where volleyball doesn't sleep. My name is Jong Panerio and right now here for our last game of our Wednesday doubleheader, makikita natin ang tunggalian ng dalawang kupunan looking for an exclusive win here in the MPVA. But earlier, we saw that the defending champions going against Negros showing so much mastery as the defending champions, defeating Negros in 4 passionate sets. And for the main event ngayong hapon, makikita natin the two victory-hungry team Marikina, Lady Shoe Masters going against Caloocan, and for sure they want to prove us that they can actually climb into the top of our standings. And if you want you guys to watch this action here in the MPVA, you can catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusup.com. Your game, your community. Join now, powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPBA. And special thanks to our media partner, Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. And right now, for sure, there's a lot at stake here in the last match. We're in a win here contra these two teams sitting at the very bottom feels like a championship. So matutunghayin natin yan. So stay tuned here sa pagbabalik ng MPVA.
We are turning up the heat here in round number 2 dito sa Manny Pacquiao's MPVA. It is Chica Espinosa looking to lead the Caloocan AM Spikers to their first win of this tournament. Pero kukontra dyan, Bridget Martinez, the young star of this home team, the Marikina Lady Shoe Masters, looking to defend home court. Dito po yan sa ating match at hand. It is the Caloocan AM Spikers kontra sa Marikina Lady Shoe Masters. Mula po yan dito sa Marikina Sports Complex in the vibrant and beautiful city of Marikina. Is such a beautiful venue here. Complete facilities, and for all sports fans, you're gonna love this venue. Good afternoon, or magandang hapon rather, sa ating mga kaliga. The name is Nico Aaron. Siyempre kasama ko pa rin Sheila Saraysay and Jong Panerio at courtside. You'll hear more from me in this match. Sheila, what a day of volleyball today. Kanina, ang ganda ng match natin. But now, it is Caloocan taking on the home team, Marikina.
That's correct. Well, Caloocan, hoping to finally get their first win o kaya naman mauulit na matalo ng Marikina ang Caloocan and, ending their 8-game slump para ma-defend ng kanilang home court. Yan ang magiging storya ng ating laro this afternoon.
That's interesting. Now that you mentioned it, Sheila. But let's look at the previous meeting first between these two teams. Caloocan and Marikina. Let's take a look at the stats. Marikina winning that in straight sets.
That's correct. It was a total domination. Ito nga laro na to. At maganda yung pinakita dito ng Marikina. Well, looking at the attacks and the blocks, lamang pa nga sa blocks pagdating dito ang Caloocan, but it's still the aces. Yun talaga yung nagdala for Marikina to get that win against Caloocan in straight sets.
And Caloocan showing a lot of potential din naman dito sa tournament natin. But Marikina, one of the youngest teams in this tournament, and the returning young player for this squad, Bridget Martinez. She has been one of the key sparks here. Good to see her back for Marikina.
That's correct. We haven't seen her for a while. Itong si Bridget Martinez. Well, just as she has for most of the season, she carried the fight for Marikina in the first round matchup against Caloocan, leading the team in scoring with 12 points, 10 attacks, and 2 service aces, surpassing her teammates Bal Medina with 9 points and Lenguaje with 9 points. At kaya naman siya ang naging queen of the court in that last game. Pero tingnan natin kung sa kanyang pagbabalik, she will be able to display the same kind of intensity and performance she did the first time they encountered the Caloocan.
And that is what we look forward to seeing. But let's go on the other side of the fence, Sheila. Let's talk about Chica Espinosa of the Caloocan AM Spikers. Siyempre, alam natin, one of the main leaders para sa koponan na to. They still have yet to get a win in this tournament, but they are hungry and they are hunting for that first one.
Well, that's correct. Shika already, I think she's one of the veterans ng Caloocan AM Spikers. Well, aside from Rhea Manalo, she's another bright spot. Well, amidst their struggles this season, she has provided that much needed offense in some of their matches. Now, she's also the team captain. Well, she delivered 8 points in that match against Marikina, 7 attacks and a service ace. Now, Ken Espinosa, who is a former player of the CPIT sa MPVA's inaugural season, can she continue to help and of course provide that needed leadership as well, not only on the stats but also on the floor?
We have Martinez for Marikina, Espinosa for Caloocan. Let's see who's gonna step up for their squad. Pero ngayon naman, sa mga hindi makakanood dito sa venue, don't worry because we got you covered on all our live stream platforms. You could catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusupi.com. Your game, your community. Join now. That is powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. And special thanks to our media partner, Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. Kaya naman, mga kaliga, will Marikina have Caloocan's number again in this one and defend home court? Or makakabawi ba ang Caloocan? Can they bounce back and get their first win of this tournament? As we turn you over to our venue announcer.
Our officials for match number 39. First referee, Ike Otero. Second referee, JD Sapa. Good evening and welcome. We're still here at the Marikina Sports Complex for more Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Our second match for today is going to be between the Caloocan AM Spikers and the Marikina World City College's Lady Shoemasters. And now the starting lineup for both teams, starting with the Caloocan AM Spikers. Led by their team captain number 8, Chica Espinosa. Number 1, Rica Diolan. Number 5, Darabella Nieva. Number 6, Angelique Ledesma. Number 9, Rhea Manalo. Number 16, Zonzi Dahab. And their starting libero is number 2, China Tanaga. Head coach for the AM Spikers is Michael Palermo. And now the starting lineup for the Marikina World City College's Lady Shoemasters. Number 1, Shanali Pale. Number 3, Celine Dagarad. Number 6, Liam Lenguaje. Number 9, Angrisha Lero. Number 19, Eloisa Balmedina. Number 22, Sheena Chopitea. And their starting libero is number 16, Precious Cruz. Head coach for the Lady Shoemasters is Andy Friel.
Starting lineups for both squads for the Caloocan AM Spikers, Diolan, Ledesma, Dahab, Espinosa, Nieva, Manalo, and Tanagan. Para naman dito sa Marikina, the home team, Lero, Balmedina, Chopitea, Lenguaje, Dagarat, Palek, and Cruz. Caloocan and Marikina, here our main game dito sa ating Wednesday doubleheader sa MPVA. And this promises to be a good one. Marikina won their first meeting dito sa round number 1. Gusto makabawi nitong Caloocan. But will Marikina have their number yet again? That is yet to be answered. Nico Aaron alongside Sheila Salaysay and Jong Panerio as we bring you more action dito sa round number 2 ng ating MPVA. And Sheila, kanina, grabe yung match na yun.
Sinabi mo nga, in another exciting match ito. Yes, definitely, because we have Bridget back for Marikina. She's definitely the gem that Caloocan has to look out for as well. Pero medyo matagal din tong napahinga. So titingnan natin if she's already back on her feet as we start this set already.
And Caloocan, good start there. They want to start strong here. Kita natin nung Caloocan, Sheila, the story of this team, they've shown a lot of games na pinapakita na rin potential nila. It's just been about closing out those games where they were so near the winnable games, and that's something they want to do in this match against a younger Marikina squad who is hungry to protect their home court.
That's correct. Nabanggit mo nga yung home court, no? Their home record, actually, they had already 3 matches here. Pero very unfortunate end game results of their previous games dahil, you know, they were not able to get a win. And tonight, probably their first home game win. Tingnan natin if mauulit ba na makakuha sila ng panalo against Caloocan.
Hey, that would be a good present para dito sa mga nanonood sa Marikina to get a win on your home floor. That is the mission for the Shoemasters tonight. Pero ang Caloocan naman, hungry to get that first win of this tournament. Lenguaje, good attack right through the blockers.
There was a hesitation on the coverage that time for Ledesma.
And Marikina now is on the board as we have Ankisha Lero, one of the main key players din para dito sa Marikina Lady Shoemasters. She's been playing well for them this season, but a service error on that one.
And talented also being the setter of the team. Ang bigat ng role ng mga setters natin.
In layman's terms, no, Sheila, if you're the setter, you are the decision maker.
Correct.
Safe to say, you know? So you need a lot of IQ and good instincts sa mga kakampi mo. Lenguaje sends, Palek rather, sends that to the back row. Too strong there.
Well, she was underneath the ball. Nieva was already underneath the ball. And kaya naman when she had hit the ball, sumobra o napalakas. Off timing as well.
Serve naman dito. Palek, another one of the young players for Marikina. Focal point din ito para sa Shoemasters and Coach Andy Fiel. And they tie it up now, 3 apiece.
Back-to-back errors committed here by Caloocan.
And if you're Marikina, you know, and Coach Andy Fiel, this tournament, ang dami mo rin mapulot dito, no, Sheila? I mean, I spoke with him and Coach Revy Pio Quinton. Sabi nga nila sa akin, it's about developing these young girls, no? The grassroots of Marikina volleyball. And so far, they've been able to do that.
Well, you all know that Marikina, as a city, is really into sports.
Yeah.
Kung pupunta po kayo dito sa Marikina Sports Complex, sa labas nitong court natin is their oval.
Aha.
At syempre may mga badminton courts dyan. At ang daming Marikeños talaga na nagpupunta dito to
Yep.
exercise, and they have different programs here. But they are very active, I
Yes.
believe, the city into basketball and volleyball. Lalo na.
That's true, Sheila. Kompleto sila dito eh. No? You have a plethora of sports facilities. If you're an athlete or if you're just someone who loves sports, bistahin nyo itong Marikina Sports Complex, guys. Ang dami pwedeng gawin.
Correct, correct.
Nakapag-jog ka na ba dyan, Sheila, sa Oval?
Nakapanood na mga
Nakapanood ng
nagja-jog.
jog. Okay. At least there is some active participation from the eyes. Rhea Manela now serving for Caloocan, another one of their main scorers. Still a close match here. Way to open things up for both teams. As we resume to action. Oh, a little bit short.
Yeah, she had, she hesitated
Uh-huh.
on how to hit the ball. Well, she was opting for an off-speed attack. Pero ayun nga, medyo kinulang, kinapos. Kanina, if it was Caloocan committing back-to-back attack errors, now it's Marikina.
Yeah. Zonzi Dahab looking to get her first points. They go to Manalo. Good dig there by Lenguaje.
Wow,
Oh.
long rally alert.
Lero chooses Dagarat. Good pickup.
Solo block.
Uh-huh. Oh, good rally from both squads.
That's
Way to
correct.
start the match.
Mhm.
Oh, 1-2 play. IQ.
I love how Jolan able, just to do something about that ball. Sabi niya, ang tagal na ng rally na to. Ang galing na ng dumepensa.
Yeah.
There's two teams when it comes to reading those attacks, regardless if it's a strong hit or a drop ball, nababasa.
And we've seen those in other matches for Caloocan, no, Sheila. And Jolan loves those 1-2 plays. Just when you think she's gonna set it up, just
That's
score niya
correct.
agad eh.
Yes, but Medina on the other hand responded to that. Muntik na siyang malunod. Tingnan mo to, but she was able to make an
No.
adjustment using her left.
Nice. Close match still here. It is a 2-point ball game. 7-5. Marikina hungry to defend home court in front of their home crowd. Ah, but Jolan says, let me try that again.
Taking matters into her own hands, back-to-back points by the setter.
Let's take a look at that once again. Basic for Jolan as she takes us to our first technical timeout. 8-5 is our score.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Nico and Sheila, I spoke with Coach Andy Fiel kanina nga, and Coach Andy Fiel trying to be realistic and giving me a conservative chance of Marikina winning this over with Caloocan, because when Marikina faced Caloocan during the first round, Marikina is not yet full in practice, but right now with Marikina, 70% of their roster is freshmen. They are not just bringing heart, they are bringing their hope that they finally can sustain their win here kontra Caloocan, and they can bring win here in their home court. And right now nga, titignan natin if they can pull a win kontra cohesive team Caloocan.
Jong, that was Jong Panerio at courtside. Yun nga.
I was the... Oh, sige.
Ah.
Ikaw muna, Nico.
Ladies first, Sheila, please.
Hindi ako nakapag-focus sa report ni Jong. Congratulations. This is his debut as a courtside report. I'm so proud of you.
Well, ang ganda ng frame kanina.
Yes. Pero
So,
babalik tayo dun sa report ni Jong. Definitely, of course, these teams, alam mo, kailangan na maipakita na nila, yung what they have, especially we are already in the second round.
Yeah, and Marikina nga, 70% of them are freshmen, rookies. So it just speaks about the youth of this squad. And that can be a good thing for Coach Andy Fiel because, if you're in leagues like this, you're competing against much older veteran squads, Caloocan, and then you're going up against NU. Talagang maahasa yung mga bata mo ng Marikina.
You know, Coach Andy, who used to be a UP coach years ago, well, he's been, you know, in the developmental side of volleyball. And kung mapapansin mo yung mga teams na nag-represent sa Marikina in our different seasons of MPVA, kasi di ba nag-vary from the inaugural season na maraming veterans, maraming more experience, and then pagpunta nung first season, paglipat ng first season, a different set or half of the team, puro bago na until we see this girls on the floor right now. Also, di ba, sabi mo nga, more fresh legs. So they're after the experience regardless kung malakas man o mahina yung kalaban nila. Same thing.
Let's listen in.
Eto narinig ko sa mic. Walang malakas pumalo sa kanila. Na yun talagang bongga. Okay?
You have to give it to them. Pag maganda, commit ka sa kanila. Gandaan mo talaga. Okay, tara. Sayang.
And good pointers there from Coach Andy Fiel.
Yeah, basic reminders. Medyo nakakalayo na nga itong Caloocan. Kanina nakakasabay pa yung Marikina when it comes to the offense and defense. Pero ito, unti-unti na, they have to lessen their errors and of course be more cautious in reading the attacks of Caloocan. Instant response from that timeout. Dagarat committing a score.
Yeah, ganda. Good answer there by Dagarat, and that's what you would want if you're Coach Andy Fiel. That's how you should respond off a timeout. At saka ang gandang timeout niya dun, really pushing these girls to act with urgency. Maaga pa lang. Fight for every set.
Correct, correct. They have to para malimitahan yung paglaki ng kalamangan dito ng Caloocan.
Yeah. Oh, good attack there by the AM Spikers.
But better reflexes on the floor defense for Marikina. Miscommunication on the play, apparently. Nalito ata si Jolan at Espinosa.
2 straight points for the Shoemasters of Marikina. And it is now a 3-point match as Digor checks in. She is now at the service line, her first minutes of action dito sa ating match. Let's see sino dito magiging magic bunot ni Coach Andy Fiel and the Marikina Shoemasters. We know his team has a lot of capable stars who can step up. Oh, good reception there.
Si the libero was the one who put up that third ball.
Lero chooses Palek and they connect.
And everyone on the floor for Marikina celebrating. So imagine mo, that was an attack from the back.
No.
And nobody on the side of Caloocan attempted to get that ball.
Palek showing us her potential.
But she is definitely a promising, one of the promising athletes here for MPVA, just like her sister. Espinosa, attack error.
Yun nga. Kaya naman, napatimeout naman dito si Coach Michael Palermo ng Caloocan. And, you know, Sheila, let's listen in to Coach Michael
Ang
Palermo.
solusyon pala ng mga bata sa atin, i-short ball lang, patay tayo. Diba? Kunin natin lang ate. Paulit-ulit lang kasi, girls.
Good reminders there by Coach Michael Palermo. Reminding us to vary their attacks. Yung nga sabi niya, paulit-ulit lang. So he wants them to vary the way they attack and approach this with more versatility against the young Marikina squad.
It was a 4-0 run of Marikina. Nung nag-timeout yung Marikina, 11-6 yung score. And then after that, hindi na nakapuntos yung Caloocan. It was Marikina all along.
Good timeout din by Coach Andy kanina. Really paid dividends so far. Oh, but La Serna, quick answer. Ledesma rather.
Well, Ledesma has to do something about it kasi nung una nabasa na siya. And she is consistent in that kind of attack. Power tip, she just knows where to put the ball.
Diola now at the service line.
Service ace.
Yes.
Sharp serve.
Ganda. The fundamentals of Diolan have been on point so far. And she is rewarded with another trip at the service line. It is a 13-10 advantage for Caloocan. Oh, Espinosa right through the blockers.
Well, she was actually anticipating that already as na-overset kasi ni Lero yung second ball.
Yeah. 4-point lead for the AM Spikers. They are hungry to get that dub. Make that a 5-point lead. So, capitalizing off of the errors itong Caloocan.
Yes, too strong of an attack from the middle ni Chopitea. And nakita mo yung gesture niya, sabi niya, ang baba nung pagkapalo niya sa bola.
Diola naman looking to have a good start in this game. Almost a service ace again. They go to Espinosa. Good block there. Lero chooses Lenguaje, a little bit too short.
And mishit, committing an attack error, giving more points to Caloocan.
Kaya naman, 16-10 is our score in our second technical timeout.
Plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
You can catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusup.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. And special thanks to our media partners, Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. Kaya maraming salamat po sa lahat ng patuloy na sumusuporta dito sa ating Manny Pacquiao's Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Nico Aaron, still with you, your anchorman for today, alongside Sheila Salaysay and Jong Panerio, our courtside reporter. And what a festive afternoon and evening para sa volleyball dito naman sa Marikina. A while ago, it was Quezon and Negros back and forth. That was one quality match. At ngayon naman, it is Caloocan and Marikina. Caloocan wanted to get their first dub in this tournament. Etong Marikina naman wanting to get their first home defense here on their floor. But so far, it has been all Caloocan with a 7-point lead. Make that an 8-point lead for the AM Spikers, and really capitalizing off of the errors of this young Marikina team so far. Ito na, Coach Andy Fiel trying new combinations. Aguila, her first time checking into this match. Pinapahinga muna si Chopetea. And it is Diola naman para sa Caloocan, finding herself at the service line. That has been her friend in this match.
Yeah, one of her strengths, definitely.
Manalo. Jolan chooses Ledesma. Espinosa naman. Oh, drop shot. Lenguaje connects. Placement on point.
You know, she's twisting her body mid-air.
Oo.
Yung katawan niya, cross-court nung una, napatin mo.
Wow.
Hitting that down the line, seeing that nobody was on there on part of the floor for Caloocan.
Ang galing, no, Sheila, when you watch that in slow-mo, you watch the movements of these young players in detail.
Correct.
You have to appreciate that kind of athleticism na pinapakita ng ating mga manlalaro.
Excellent effort by Caloocan, but you would love that back-to-back points coming from Lenguaje. Magtataka ka, diba? With the physique that she has, na kinukuha yung lakas ng hampas niya.
Do not underestimate. Lenguaje's language is scoring. Back-to-back points already for her. Looking to give Marikina a run. Oh. But that will go back to Caloocan. A little more bit errors there for the Shoemasters. They'll have to polish up on that. As team captain, Chica Espinosa now finds herself at the service line. Error there.
But they can still afford, to commit
Yeah.
errors like that. They are leading big at this part of the set. But, they cannot be too complacent.
Yeah.
As Martinez is already back on the floor.
Good to see Bridget Martinez back in action for Marikina. At saka much needed talaga para kay Coach Andy Fiel ang services nitong si Bridget Martinez. She was absent in their other games before, prior to this match, but now she is back and refreshed to play. And good point for the Shoe Masters, Lenguaje making that impact once again.
She has finally found her rhythm at this part of the match. And Lero is taking advantage of that, maximizing her in front.
Good run here so far. 2 straight points for Marikina. Whoever gets this first set, big factor to heading into set number 2. Especially if you have a young team in Marikina. They would want to have that advantage. Can they rally back here? It is a 5-point difference. Ledesma, though, has other plans.
That was not anticipated by the blockers of Marikina. Too quick of a play. The blockers were delayed to defend the net.
Sharp attack from Ledesma. Good start para sa kanya dito. Leading to Caloocan to their 20-point mark. 5 points away from set point. Balmedina, good hit. Rhea Manalo hits it off the blockers.
If there's one thing that Manalo is good at, yung paggamit talaga sa mga blockers. Kung nakita mo, it's bitin na yung bola. That's kind of difficult to make an adjustment. Pero siya, nagawan pa niya at nakapuntos pa sila.
Yep. Kaya naman, makinig tayo sa timeout ni Coach Andy Fiel.
Pero ito, tas Celine, ikaw yan. Bridget, dito ka, ikaw na yung short. Tumulong ka na, Liam, sa likod. Ano tayo? V tayo, V. V. Dito ka, Celine. O, tara.
Basic reminders when it comes to their floor defense. Yun yung instruction dito ni Coach Andy. Kasi kita niya na medyo challenge ang Marikina when it comes to their defense. Let's see yung adjustments na ginawa nila.
And I appreciate the way Coach Andy, he calls those timeouts early. Maaga pa lang. Kasi at least we're in the first set. Those corrections early on, his girls could work on, especially being a young team. Bago agad nila yun dito, Sheila. And off the timeout, they scored a point.
Well, looking at them, nakita mo, they're not too pressured, not too worried, just going with the flow. At kanina, nagawa na nga nilang makahabol kahit lamang. Itong Caloocan.
Lenguaje now at the service line. A little bit short. And point will go back to the AM Spikers. 3 points away ang Caloocan.
This is the time that, they should not be committing those kind of unforced errors kasi napakalaking bagay nila. And, ang laki na rin ng kalamangan dito ng Caloocan, no?
Solid block point. Zonzi Dahab gets herself on the board. Let's take a look at that once again. That is nice. Good defense by Zonzi Dahab.
That was an easy read for Dahab, yung play na yun dahil nakaabang na yung spiker sa gitna. The problem is there was no coverage for Marikina at that time. Back-to-back errors for the Lady Shoe Masters, and yun yung sinabi ko kanina, they have to listen. That lalo na nasa huling part na tayo ng first set. Kanina, ang ganda ng pinapakita nila, but it's this errors really hurting them at this part of the game. Another error committed.
And that is why it is Caloocan that takes set number 1 here in match number 2. The AM Spikers lead 1 set as we approach set number 2 sa ating pagbabalik.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
25-15, yan po naging talaan natin sa pagbubukas ng set number 1 dito sa MPVA. It was all Caloocan in that opening set. At Marikina showing good fight, but the AM Spikers capitalizing doon sa errors ng Marikina. You have the likes of Jolan with those good shots, 1-2 plays. Rhea Manalo finding her rhythm early as well. And Lingwahe naman para sa Marikina being the bright spots. They want to look to her if they want to get back in this game.
Well, actually, no, ang ganda ng pinapakita sa simula.
Yeah.
O ipinakita ng Marikina sa simula ng first set, nakakahabol pa nga sila. Lumamang ng malaki itong Caloocan, but they were able to trim it down. But still, pag nakakahabol sila, they commit back-to-back errors, you know, allowing Caloocan to get more points. No naman, dahil dito ang nangyari is definitely it was all Caloocan taking advantage of the errors na nakomit dito ng Marikina. 10-6, malaking bagay yon. It was Caloocan getting more points on their defense, on their aces, pati sa attack. So definitely nakita natin it's Caloocan dominating set number 1.
Yep, and that is why dominant 10-point lead for Caloocan to close out set 1. But the good news, if you are Marikina, we still have a lot of volleyball in this game. And it's a younger team, itong Marikina Lady Shoe Masters. So they want to show their resilience here. And of course, the Marikina WCC would like to thank Mayor Maan Chudoro, Councilor Elvis Tolentino, World City Colleges, Marikina K9 Search and Rescue, and of course, the Magic 7 Sportswear. Maraming salamat sa inyong patuloy na pagsusuporta at pagtutok dito sa ating MPVA. From the beautiful, vibrant city of Marikina, we hope you are all enjoying the action. Nico Aaron, Sheila Salaysay, and Jong Panerio, your broadcast panel in today's Wednesday doubleheader. And it is our main match, Caloocan AM Spikers and Marikina Lady Shoe Masters. Both teams wanting to get a win here. Caloocan hunting for their first. Ito namang Marikina looking for their first home defense in round number 2. And set number 2 will unravel a lot of things as we open things up here. Jolan, Ledesma, they connect once again.
See, that's her forte, those power tips. And, you know, she can just really see where the opening and where the ball should be at. Dahil sa mga power tips na yan, ang bilis ng reflexes, ang galing niya magbasa.
Parang si Ledesma, no, Sheila, she already knows what to do at that front row every time she has the opportunity to go for the attack. They go to Espinosa this time. Back-to-back points for Caloocan.
Same spot, this time
Yeah.
it's Espinosa. It's that hole in the middle. No, Marikina has to do something about that to cover it up.
What adjustments will the Shoe Masters do here to prevent this set going Caloocan's way? Jolan again at the service line. Good reception. Lingwahe. Jolan to Raslan. Lero chooses Lingwahe. Good drop shot.
And a good adjustment as well for Lengguaje. At ganun yung ginawa niya kanina, ganun yung ginawa niya sa Caloocan this time. Earlier, it was Caloocan targeting that hole in the middle, but this time, she saw that opening and took advantage of it.
Ang galing din ni Linguay Sheila, no? For a young player, hindi lang siya puro palo eh. You would expect, you know, right out the gates, always hitting that ball hard. But those adjustments she's able to do, no? Yung mga mid-air adjustments, drop shots, it shows her maturity for a young woman. And a young player like her.
Yes. It's the experience every time and,
Yeah.
you know, what they do in the game and who they play with and who they play against. Doon talaga makikita yung kanilang progress at improvement.
And Marikina slowly but surely picking up the pieces. Pero Caloocan ang nakascore doon.
The veteran
Yeah.
outsmarting the defense of Marikina.
Yun na naman off the blockers. As Shika Espinosa, the team captain at the service line with those fresh highlights, if I may say. Lero, pinili naman si Lenguaje.
Oh,
And a strong attack that time.
makita mo yung familiarity ni
Aha.
Lero, no? Ito lengguwahe. And tingnan mo yung kamay ni Lengguaje, it wasn't even a full swing. Yung siko niya, yung arm niya nandito na sa taas, hindi na siya nag-swing, pero yung power at saka yung strength ng
Yep.
palo nandun pa din.
Showing signs of potential itong si Lenguaje.
Good block by Martinez.
Raslan will try again and try until you succeed. That is her motto.
I am amazed with how Raslan was able to make an adjustment considering na it's the same setup. Same din naman yung blockers na nasa harap niya. But the second time na she hit that ball, she was able to hit it through the blockers.
Good adjustment there. And now it is Ledesma who has been stellar for Caloocan, especially in set number 1. Ang ganda ng pinakita niya doon. Jolan chooses Dahab. They connect this time.
Again, it's that hole in the middle. Somebody has to guard it. And most of the time, it's the libero's responsibility.
Kanina pa, no, Sheila, nakakita ng
Yes.
Caloocan yung bakante.
Yes. No, if you are the libero, you have to cover a bigger part of the court because that is the specialty.
Ledesma, back-to-back trips at the service line. Lero. Oh, that's a good hit.
Well, that's kind of difficult for the blocker, for Dahab to cover kasi kita mo yung kamay niya. There's a
Ganda.
little bit of delay pagdating sa drop attack dito.
Good timing by Bal Medina. Jolan chooses Raslan. Picked up by Lero. Good block. Another block point for Zonzi Dahab.
She was very happy with that. It was an easy read for Dahab. Bitin na yung set kay Dagarat and that's kind of a challenging kind of setup. Lalo na kung galing siya sa
Oo.
open nag-approach. After that block, hindi na binantayan ni Dahab itong atake ng Marikina.
Bal Medina with that answer, and that was a power spike presented by Smart Power. All 99 load now. Bal Medina, another young spark for Marikina. And she has had a good 2-0 run for her in the second set. Oh, good momentum shift now. We are at 6-all.
Jolan taking accountability in that last sequence. Sabi niya hindi okay yung pagkabigay niya
Yeah.
dito sa open.
Good to note. At least we can bounce back from that. Bal Medina with the serve. An ace. 3 consecutive points for Bal Medina.
The question is sustainability
Aha.
for Marikina. And ito rin, ganito rin kaganda yung pinakita nila kanina. They just need to be, more consistent when it comes to their offense and defense.
Yun lang. Nabanggit mo nga, the consistency. We did not jinx that. Don't worry. But that error there. So point will go back to Caloocan. Raslan now at the service line. Itong si Raslan Shidan, if she could get herself going, we know how much of a threat she is as well for the offense nitong Caloocan.
And coming from the bench usually,
Oo.
pag pinasok siya, nakakapuntos talaga siya.
Yeah.
Consistent. Again, tuloy-tuloy yan. But there's an error committed on the side of Marikina.
And that leads us to our first technical timeout here in set number 1.
Plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
No one embodies resilience better than Rhea Manalo. She admitted she's been feeling so tired from the grind, but she remains optimistic. She even surprised nang malaman niyang she's now among the league's top 10 scorers. Well, despite a tough season, Rhea continues to play the fire with heart, leading her team with quiet strength. And today's win over Marikina isn't just another tally in the standings. It is a proof that belief and hard work pay off. And Rhea, it is a reminder that there's a greatness by showing up. And I think right now, even when it's hardest to do so, Rhea will keep on showing up and fight for her team. Back to you, Nico and Sheila.
Thank you, Jong. Yep, Rhea Manalo, one of the homegrown talents nitong Caloocan, the Caloocan native. At syempre yun nga, it's always been about her heart and the hard work na pinapakita niya dito, Sheila, para sa AM Spikers.
Well, plus the fact that she's loyal to Caloocan. I believe when Caloocan first joined MPVA, hindi na siya umalis.
Oo.
She's been one of the OGs of this team. And she's been also one of the more experienced player para dito sa Caloocan AM Spikers. And her presence alone is a big help for the team. Ano pa kaya yung kaya niyang gawin?
And you know, Sheila, lagi pag nakausap ko itong si Rhea Manalo, I love what she tells me, no? Every time she suits up for Caloocan, it's playing for God, for family, and Caloocan. She loves talagang yung puso niya dito. She told me, like, she's willing to play with them even for the other upcoming seasons ng MPVA. Talagang it doesn't matter what the standing is sa kanya to even represent itong Caloocan, her hometown. It means a lot. And that's something you want then from your leader, itong si Rhea Manalo.
Well, I think, during her time in college, marami-rami na rin yung kanyang nagawa.
Yeah.
Marami na yung kanyang na-contribute. And this time, she's not only, she's playing for passion. She's playing for the love of the sport. And again, as a homegrown, talagang kudos ka na lang sa players na katulad ni Manalo.
And that is why Caloocan now has a 2-point advantage. Oh, make that a 3-point game. And ang Kishalero recognizing pagkakamali niya doon.
Napapangiti na lang itong mga coaches ng Marikina eh.
She had that one, but
Yes, but she really had good intention.
Yeah.
Kasi nga frontliner din siya.
and they need to improve on those if you are the shoe masters. Oh, there you go.
Well, Aguila's really, aggressive at the net.
Yeah.
But, at the same time, careful in that last sequence. It wasn't that hard of an attack, just enough for that to get the ball go to the other side.
Yeah. And Aguila making her mark. Good sign then para kay Coach Andy Fiel. You have your other players from the bench stepping up. And that will go to Marikina.
The final call of our first referee.
Oh,
It's out. Too close to the end
Yeah.
line, no?
good intentions there by Shika Espinosa, pero
But it was a good read by the libero,
Yeah.
Cruz. Nagmalamatrix siya at that time para umiwas lang dun sa palo na yun.
1-point ball game. Ledesma says, let me make that 2. She has been a threat from that front row. And our fans in attendance, that was this game's community cam powered by pusupi.com. Your game, your community. Join now. At nag-enjoy ang ating mga fans dito. The mom of Rhea Manalo
Oh.
enjoying the action.
All out support.
Yes, that's why we see a good start from Rhea. Ganda na pinapakita niya dito. Of course.
It was a difficult setup for Raslan.
Yeah, but good fight so far dito from both squads. Marikina slowly inching back. It's been the likes of Aguila right now at the service line. She's been giving them the much needed boost offensively. Just
That's
an error
too long,
there.
yes.
And another point for Caloocan. If you're Marikina, Sheila, no, from their point of view, you know, ang lapit na sa score ngayon eh. What kind of adjustment do you want to see from them in the remainder of this set so they could tie things up here in set number 2?
Well, so far they're doing good in lessening their errors. Kaya naman ganito kadikit yung score. They just need to be more aggressive when it comes to their offense. Lalo na pagdating sa defense para hindi sila maiwanan dito ng Caloocan.
Good point there.
And that's too strong. You know, opting for a check, there was clearly none.
And it's been those errors that have been hurting Marikina. You do not want to shoot yourself in the foot. And Caloocan taking advantage. Itong Shika Espinosa, team captain for the AM Spikers.
Lero winning the joust
Yeah.
over Raslan.
Lacerna gives that free ball. Lero to Bal Medina. Oh, an error there for Diolan. Medyo nadulas ata yung bola sa kanya.
And you like how Marikina able to be more aggressive when it comes to their offense. But still, you know, they're chasing a 3-point lead here. But the good thing about that is nakaka-execute na sila, nakakapunto sila from their effort.
Lero at the service line. Too strong once again. It's been that kind of a day for Marikina. They need to lessen that as we approach our second technical timeout here in set number 2.
Only plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusupi.com. Your game, your community. Join now. That is powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. And special thanks to our media partners, Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. And, magandang gabi po sa lahat ng patuloy na sumusuporta dito sa ating MPVA here inside the beautiful Marikina Sports Complex. And it is a spectacle of volleyball here at the venue. Nico Aaron alongside Sheila Salaysay and John Panerio, your broadcast team all throughout this game day as Ledesma gives Caloocan another point. She's been solid so far para dito sa Caloocan.
Kanina sa harapan lang because of her power tips, but this time also at the service area.
Good performance ngayon si Ledesma. A threat at the service line and that front row. Martinez, that is blocked. Free ball. Jolan, oh, a little miscue for the
There
AM
is
Spikers.
clearly dahil nagulat silang dalawa at walang pumasok sa set ni Jolan. And Dahab, it was showing the kind of play na akala niyang binigay dito ni Jolan.
I wonder who she intended that for.
She was showing her pinky, so that means it's back quick.
Ah.
Si Jolan naman, hindi nakita ni Dahab yung thumb
Yung
because
thumb.
if this is the sign, it's running attack.
So she just didn't see the
Yeah,
other
she didn't see the thumb.
thumb. So they'll need to capitalize on that one, itong Marikina. But that point there, able to get that one back quickly, itong Caloocan. At 18 points. Manalo, good serve. An ace.
This time, it's the service aces also working for Caloocan. Kaya ganito nakalaki yung halamangan nila. And Marikina cannot stop those powerful serves.
Let's hear Coach Andy Fiel.
Okay, gagawin natin. Mia, papasok ka na. Raisa, kunin mo yung number ni Mia. Magre-receive ka. Wala muna libero. Labas ka muna. Pasok ka na kaagad ha. 18, kunin mo. Sa sub mo. Depensa tayo. Okay? Okay, let's go.
Solid pointers mula kay Coach Andy Fiel. Depensa din ang sinabi niya doon. Yun nga, inabanggit mo kanina Sheila, yung mga bakanting spots na binibigay ng Marikina dito sa Caloocan. So it's about defense, the point of emphasis for Coach Andy Fiel. And I like his tone in the timeouts. Doesn't panic, doesn't look frustrated. And that's one thing you have to appreciate about the coach, no, Sheila. Especially if you're coaching a young group. You don't want to show that you're nervous.
Yeah, well, alam mo what I realize sa mga coaches regardless of what sport, when they handle a younger team, or if they have already experienced handling kids or
Yeah.
teenagers, nakikita mo yung patience nila. And you know, that's really a big thing, lalo na katulad nito, Marikina Lady Shoemasters, I believe, is a younger squad joining this MPVA. And you would want a coach na, alam mo yun, na hindi ka masyadong papagalitan, di ba? Because sometimes they lose their confidence.
Yeah.
Sometimes they lose that spark every time they commit a mistake, and you know, all they see is their errors and all that, nakakall out sila doon. But you know, being recognized, appreciated more, kahit nagkakamali ka, it's a big thing. But Coach Andy still knows, you know, kailan siya dapat magre-remind, kailan siya dapat magsasabi on when he will push his girls to exert more effort at makabawi sa mga errors nila.
And that maturity just complements the youth and the potential nitong Marikina Lady Shoemasters. But now they have a ladder to climb though, as Caloocan's lead is at 5. If they could get this set, talking about Marikina, it would be big for them. And Bridget Martinez now the returning player para dito sa Marikina, one of the key cogs for the Shoemasters. They want to activate her more in this match. But Espinosa says otherwise. Napa-timeout ulit si head coach Andy Fiel. Pakinggan natin ang huddle nitong Marikina.
Sino nasa front line? Nasa front line ka na. One, front line ka na. Sino pa isa? Front line. Celine? Sino? Front ka na ba? Okay. Basic lang, play. Problema natin, receive hindi yung play Yung receive lang. Pag meron tayo niyan, babalik yung points na yan. Babalik yan. Okay, let's go.
Urgent timeout there para kay Coach Andy Fiel. And every point matters for him and his squad. Kaya naman, those details, the attention to detail that he's been giving this team has been on point. And so far, his girls have been able to adjust. It's just a matter of being more consistent para sa Marikina. There you go. Right on cue. Good point there.
Yes, good response from that timeout. Itong girls si Coach Andy.
Good sign. 5-point game. Kayang-kaya nakabulin ng Marikina yan. But Caloocan is also known to hold on to a lead, being the more mature squad. Espinosa. Good pickup by Marikina. Oh, Lenguaje, that offense has been on point.
Well, she's back and definitely she needs to, well, do more para makadikit itong Marikina sa Caloocan. But she has Aguila also in front, so medyo tall front line for the Lady Shoemasters.
A lot of weapons for Marikina. Jolan goes to Ledesma. Martinez finding the spot and making Caloocan pay.
That's a good, actually, setup by the setter of Marikina, giving it up to Bridget Martinez. And Martinez just hitting that sa corner. Ang lalim, and akala natin that will go out, but that's a good attack.
Momentum now is on Marikina's side. Can they capitalize and even things up in set number 2? But Chica Espinosa just icing that one, breaking the 3-0 run nitong Marikina.
With Chica Espinosa showing more leadership and experience on the floor for her team.
They go back to Lenguaje. Jolan chooses Rhea Manalo, and she shows up as usual.
Jolan really having an easy time in front, having a lot of options on, utilizing all her attackers. You have Espinosa and Manalo in front. And that's going to be a challenge for Lenguaje and Aguila on the side of Marikina kasi hindi nila alam kung kanino ibibigay ni Jolan.
Oh!
Unexpected
Yeah.
on the side of Caloocan. Medyo na-delay ng konti kasi yung pagpasok ni Jolan. Well, the thing is, when you serve, you need to go inside the court right away. Pero si Jolan took her time. A little bit delayed, kaya naman nakapuntos. Ito nga, over-reception pa, over-receive ng Marikina.
Point of emphasis there. 4-point ball game. This is still manageable for both squads.
Check. Yep.
That's good for Chica Espinosa, taking Caloocan to set point. As Marcelo now checks in, looking to give that spark that Marikina needs. Can Caloocan though close things out here in set number 2? Lero goes to Lenguaje. Jolan goes to Nieva, and that one works. It is the Caloocan AM Spikers cruising to 2 consecutive sets. 25-19 dito sa set number 2, set number 3 action sa ating pagbabalik.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Mobile.
Nagbabalik ang Manny Pacquiao sa MPVA 25-15, 25-19. Yan ang naging talaan natin after 2 sets here in our match number 2. It has been all Caloocan so far in this tournament. Tignan natin yung highlights dito, Sheila, in set number 2.
Well, we all know na itong mas aggressive actually yung Caloocan team na nakikita natin starting from the first set. Totally changing, you know, what happened in their first encounter against Marikina. And we all know how that game ended. It was in Marikina's favor. But this time, they were in control already of the first two sets. Nakita natin how they are more aggressive, performing better on all departments, both defense and offense. And we have everyone on the floor for Caloocan really delivering. Nandyan si Jolan, of course, Manalo, Espinosa, Desma, diba? Even the setter getting those points. And when it comes to the numbers right now, attacks, blocks, and well, it was Caloocan, you know, having an advantage. Pagdating sa aces, it's not much of a big difference at ganun din sa opponent's errors.
At ngayon naman, Sheila, makibalita muna tayo kay Jong Panerio. Hi, Jong.
You know what, Marikina have not gotten any set yet since yesterday. But if there is one big surprise dito for Coach Andy Phil, it is Dagarat. You know what, Dagarat making a wave right now as an outside hitter, but naturally, she's a middle blocker. And she's not even a starter when she was still playing as a middle blocker. But Dagarat embracing now that role. And right now, let's see if that adjustment could play a vital role right now in this match.
Grabe na to, hindi ko na talaga makarry. Hindi ako makapag-focus dito sa report ni Jong. I am lost. Iba ang atake natin ngayon. And this is really, you know, what makes our production and broadcast team sobra naman talagang nag-e-enjoy. Sana po maging consistent tayo sa mga ganong atake natin. Direk, ha?
You know,
Gusto namin. Makikita ko rin si Nico na ganyan na mag-go-on cam for the courtside report. Pero you know, doon sa report ni Jong, na babalikan ko, and definitely it's putting effort, and syempre itong mga teams na to dito sa laro na to, and as I said kanina, it's Caloocan changing, you know, the plot of their story in their first encounter.
yes, actually, yun nga, just on that angle, Sheila, no? Ang ganda nung angle na yun. I've covered courtside, Sheila, for some games. I have yet to have that camera angle na ginawa ni Jong Panerio doon. From the court, tapos lumampa
Iba,
all the
diba?
way to the sideline. But yeah,
Hindi,
that was
ganyan,
good. But
yan ang inaabangan din ng ating mga volleyball fans. Syempre, hindi lang yung mga
Yes.
players natin. Pati itong si Jong. Sayang, di ko alam na ganun yung atake natin. Grabe.
okay, so try to focus. But anyways, back to the action here.
Focus
in
tayo, Nico.
MPVA,
Focus.
we like to be creative. We like to be artistic. So in this action now, 15 points now for Ledesma.
6 points.
6 points rather for Ledesma here in this match. And it has been Ledesma and Caloocan so far
Yes.
dictating this pace.
You know, it's not that big, pero
Yeah.
every crucial na iset up sa kanya ni Jolan, doon niya nagagawa ng paraan. Those power tips really, you know, talagang destroying itong floor defense ng Marikina. And Raslan
Yeah.
as well, contributing to the score on the board. Iba yung vibe na dala ngayon ng Caloocan. And we've mentioned that in their last match against Marikina, it was Marikina who won that. Pero this time, nakita mo yung difference on their play, their fluidity when it comes to offense and defense. Totally different from their previous match.
Eto nga, ngayon nakapag-refocus na ulit tayo, Sheila. Speaking of fluidity, that was a power spike presented by Smart Power. All 99 load now. The younger of the Palik sisters showing us how fluid she is on that offensive attack. Giving Marikina that point. Back to back for the Shoemasters. Nag-enjoy lang dito.
Yes. You know, that's very important. Apart from getting those points, apart from performing good, you should not forget to enjoy the game.
And it is now 3 apiece. Lenguaje at that service line.
9 points already
points.
for Lenguaje. Babalikan natin yung set number 1. Mas marami siyang na-contribute when it comes to the offense at the beginning of that set. Diba? We even talked about that back-to-back setups ni Lero sa kanya, but still continues to get those points.
And Lenguaje finding her rhythm early. Good serve there. Napa-free ball ang Caloocan. Lero.
Solo block by Dahab.
Jolan chooses Raslan. Lero will go to Bal Medina. Oh, point there for Marikina. Napalakas doon ang tira ni Wanilo.
Well, Juanillo didn't have enough space to approach the ball. I think she wasn't expecting that Jolan will set it up to her to the back. Or from the back, rather.
So Sheila, good start ang pinapakita ng Marikina dito. 2-point advantage. Able to get in their offense early. Palek activated. Martinez activated. Lenguaje activated.
Well, Lero has to maximize all her weapons. Now, if they really want to get a set against Caloocan, they're down by 2 already. So, you know, this time kailangan talaga mas, you know, mas aggressive sila.
Lero goes to Martinez. Jolan will try Raslan again. Good pickup by Marikina. Oh, drop shot by Raslan.
But that was read by Lero.
Good rally. And that ends with a point for Juanillo and the Caloocan AM Spikers, for Lingay rather.
No, the thing is, Marikina, kayang makipagsabayan when it comes to the rallies, you know, reading the kind of attacks, regardless of strong or drop. Pero it was, you know, Caloocan, mas, mas kargado, mas strategic when it comes to their setups or plays. Jolan just really maximizing all her spikers in front when given the chance.
Lang, just a service error there for Caloocan. But yes, it's the maturity, no? That's where the maturity of Caloocan comes in. And that experience, nitong AM Spikers being the much, I would say, elder team compared to Marikina. But it is still a good third set here. 4-6 is our score. Good match. Make that 7-4. Chopitea getting herself on the board.
Muntik pang hindi matamaan ni Chopitea. Well, you mentioned already experience and older player. So Chopitea, on the other hand, one of the more experienced naman on the side of Coach Andy.
Isa sa mga ate nitong Marikina Lady Shoe Masters. And that threat from the front row. As Bal Medina at the service line. That point though will go to the Caloocan AM Spikers. One thing Marikina needs to brush up on dito, Sheila, the errors they've had on the service. If they lessen those, they would have much more of a cushion.
Pati dun sa error sa service area, palitan ng Caloocan at Marikina.
Actually, yeah, Caloocan din. Our linesmen just double checking that call there. And thank you again to everyone consistently watching and supporting our MPVA. Siyempre, dito ulit yan sa Marikina Sports Complex. This beautiful venue. You got basketball, you got volleyball, you got track and field, and all the sports. It's a complete facility in the shoe capital of the Philippines. That is Marikina. And speaking of Marikina, they have a 2-point advantage. Lero activates Martinez. And she points to the spot where it hit.
But too much angle. Well, she saw that, you know, wala siyang blockers eh. Tingnan mo, it was left wide open. Pero, that was just too wide.
And that was a power spike.
I'm sure babawi yan si Bridget.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't seen her for a while in all the previous matches.
Siyempre may konting ano din Sheila, no? Yung rust factor a little bit coming off that. But, you know, for a player like of her caliber, she could get that rhythm easily. Eh.
True. Pero siyempre, iba pa rin kapag, you know, you're back on the floor after a while. Well, if you're recovering from an injury, iba pa rin.
They go to Martinez again through the blockers. Jolan chooses Raslan. Oh,
No,
kinulang
that's
dun.
the disadvantage. You see, she didn't have enough space
Yeah.
para mag-approach kasi ang bilis niya, hindi siya nakababa agad. And yung pagka-setup sa kanya ni Lero, hindi niya na timingan ng maayos. Yung full swing niya, kasi every time na magsiswing siya, diretso yung kamay. Unlike si Lengguahe na hindi nagpo-full swing. So that makes a totally big difference. Kailangan ng space and magandang timing sa ganong setup.
And that is why it is 8-7 approaching our first technical timeout of the set.
Plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Well, I spoke with Rhea Manalo, the heart and soul of Caloocan, and she shared to me that Chica Espinosa has the biggest potential to help her carry the scoring load. Chica didn't see much action in the team's early matches, but since earning her spot, she's been consistent not only in numbers, but as well as in leadership. And Chica Espinosa also admitted that gelling is still a challenge since the team has not been practicing as much, but she believes that with their steady presence, they can slowly build the connection that they need to compete at a higher level.
Chica Espinosa also, she spent some of her years in UP. But at that time when she was still in college, talagang potential, open spiker, matangkad, may depensa. And we've seen her play sa Nasipin in the previous MPVA season. So, apart from that leadership, it's the skill talaga na meron itong si Chica. And good thing for Rhea Manalo to acknowledge yung ability at kayang ipakita nito ni Chica.
It's been those two, Chica Espinosa and Rhea Manalo, the main leaders para sa Caloocan. And they need to use more of that here in this match if they want to close it out in 3 sets. But so far, it has been Marikina. 2 straight points and good offensive attacks so far for the Shoemasters. Three-point game. Martinez. Chopitea, good presence of mind.
But she has the advantage right there kasi si Jolan, was not focused at the net. She was more focused on the set.
Kaya naman, napa-timeout dito si Coach Michael Palermo ng Caloocan. Let's listen in.
Focus tayo, last land, balik tayo sa laro pagpasok ha. Kasi sayang. Lingay atlas kayo.
Mabilis
Ah.
masyado, ha? Wala pa sila sabayan, kaya naman yun.
Just wanting to break that momentum. Kaya naman napa-timeout dun si Coach Michael Palermo. It's a good timeout also for him. Just icing that hot run that Marikina had. And especially if this team, Marikina, does gain momentum, it's scary because they're young, they're hungry, and you give this team a run, they could be dangerous. Speaking of
Definitely.
Marikina. As we have the younger of the Palek sisters, Shanelli Palek, at the service line, and that is another point.
Too low of a contact right there for Juanillo.
Good run so far here. Marikina, this time, kung kanina sa set 1 and set 2, 5 points ang naging advantage nitong Caloocan. Nasa Marikina naman ang advantage. Can they continue to capitalize and build on this lead? But not with errors like that.
But still, they are leading here by 4. So, I think they're still in a safe, safe pa sila na mag-commit ng ganong errors. And Coach Andy was not actually mad, when Pale committed that service error.
Oh, good point. You gotta appreciate the resilience of Marikina after giving away that point. makabawi agad dito. Scoring quickly, and Bridget Martinez showing us what she does best.
Well, this lead right now that they have 7 points, gives them that boost. Really a big factor for them to continue, earning more points, exerting more effort on both ends. And malaking bagay din para sa kanila to have that focus, lalo na kung ganito yung lamang nila.
5-point lead for Marikina. Make that 6 points.
And this time naman, it's Caloocan now losing their focus a little bit. I believe this is not what we've seen in the first two sets. Diba? Hinahayaan nilang makalamang. Ito nga Caloocan at this part of the game.
And the energy has shifted to Marikina's side. And right on cue, Bridget Martinez having another excellent set. And the service ace for the young star of the Shoemasters. Bridget Martinez making her presence felt sa kanyang pagbabalik dito sa Marikina, giving them a 7-point advantage. Five points already for Bridget Martinez. Slowly but surely finding her rhythm. And don't let that number fool you, because it has not only been Bridget Martinez, it has been the likes of Lenguaje, Chopitea, and Lero. Really pushing Marikina here in set number 3. Kaya naman lamang sila ngayon ng 6 points.
Well, they've done it before against Caloocan, and they want to do that again.
Oh, good play by Chopitea right off the fingertips of the blockers. And she will take us to our second technical timeout. 16-9 is our score dito sa set number 2.
Plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Action resumes here inside the Marikina Sports Complex, and you could also catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusopi.com. Your game, your community. Join now. That is powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. And special thanks to our media partners, Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. Kaya maraming salamat po sa lahat ng patuloy na sumusuporta sa ating Manny Pacquiao's MPVA. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, watching us on our live stream platforms. Nico Aaron alongside Sheila Salaysay and Jong Panerio at courtside. At what a day of volleyball it has been. A while ago, it was the Negros Bluehawks that really pushed our defending champs, the Quezon Tangerines, in 4 sets. But Quezon finding a way to win that one. At ito naman, Caloocan and Marikina. And for those of you na ngayon lang sumali at tumutok sa ating laro, Caloocan wanting to get their first win of this tournament, while the Marikina naman looking to continue their winning streak against Caloocan and gain their first home court win, and to do it in front of their home fans. So a lot of good stories in today's match. And so far, it has been all Marikina here in set number 3. Make that back-to-back points. Service ace para kay Ankisha Lero. And all the leaders of Marikina looking good. That service ace was a thing of beauty for number 9. 8-point advantage, 18 big points already for the Shoemasters. They want to cruise away and take set number 3. Manalo, solid block by Marikina. Lero chooses Lenguaje. Oh, and Raslan reminds her of her offensive skill right through the blockers there. Ganda nung pinakita ni Raslan doon. Good blocks. But it is still a 7-point advantage for the Shoemasters. And that has been the story for them. They've shown a lot of brilliant moments, but it's just been about the consistency and closing out sets. Yun ang naging issue nila. 8 points now para kay Ledesma, and service ace has been one of the main reasons. Ganda na pinapakita dito ni Ledesma para sa Caloocan. She's been able to step up. Yun nga, Angelique Ledesma, 8 big points. And momentum now shifts back to Marikina off that error. 7-point advantage pa rin para sa Shoemasters.
But the good thing about the Lady Shoemasters now is na may maintain nila yung kanilang kalamangan.
Yun ang question natin kanina, Sheila. Can they stay consistent and capitalize on their leads? That has been the challenge for Marikina, but so far they've adjusted and they've improved.
Yeah, and the Caloocan AM Spikers just committing a lot actually of attack errors, so that's part of the match.
Kaya naman napatimeout dito si Coach Michael. Makinig tayo.
Arangkada. Kaso nga nangyari, nag-e-error pa tayo. Diba? Sayang naman, no? Kasi ilan lang kaya kanina, 6, ngayon 8 na. Okay, sige, go. Kaya.
Solid reminders there from Coach Michael Palermo and the AM Spikers. Hello, everyone. Oh, we got a good camera angle from
Meron
here.
din pala tayong
Oh,
ganito.
andun si
Hi.
Kuya. Hello, and Nico
Idol, hi
Erwan,
ka naman,
Sheila
Idol.
Saraysay. Hi ka naman, Kuya Norman. Nako. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you so much for continuously supporting the MPVA. At enjoy kami ni Sheila at ni Jong, and of course,
Mas
Nico.
nag-enjoy ako. Yeah.
It's been a pleasure bringing you all the action
Dahil si
dito sa Marikina.
Jong ang ating courtside.
Oo. Ganda ng mga angulo kanina. And now, it is a 9-point advantage. Ito na, Sheila, the biggest lead so far for Marikina in this match.
Well, I'm not sure if, it's... This time, I'm seeing more effort.
Yeah.
At mas inaalagaan ng Lady Shoemasters yung lamang nila. Or Caloocan committing more errors on the other hand.
It's a mix of both, ano?
Yes.
And Marikina 4 points away from sealing this set. Oh, good pickup by Lenguaje. Just a little short on that.
That's kind of difficult for Lenguaje to attack. Well, kanina ko pa napapansin talaga yung approach niya eh. Most of the players, kapag nag-approach sila, they have their arm full swing. Yun sa kanya kasi isang kamay lang yung nagsiswing and the other one is waiting for the ball to hit her hand.
And Rhea Manalo now with 7 points for Caloocan.
And Martinez, on the other hand, kapag may enough time and space siya to approach that ball, definitely you can expect a point like that.
And that was a power spike presented by Smart Power. All 99 load now. Bridget Martinez looking good for Marikina and showing up like the leader she is. One of the key players para dito sa Shoemasters. Really performing well. Her feet are planted on the ground and the scoring has been her forte. And she shows us right on cue. Back to back for number 8.
Hesitation on the floor defense. You see Espinosa, of course, and the libero, just looking at each other to get to that ball. And, naghihintayan lang sila eh. Nobody wants to, attempting to get that. But you can see now the libero on the floor still.
And
needing some medical assistance as of this moment.
we hope it's nothing too serious para dito sa...
We're not sure if it's the hand or the knee. Well, I hope John can get an update.
Yeah.
from Tanagan.
Let's see what report Jong will get from that. Si Tanagan dito, she had to be subbed out. Lacerna checking in, number 4 checking in the ball game. Si Tanagan, let's take a look, Sheila. Ano nangyari doon? Oh. More of her wrist.
Initially, the ball hit her hand. She was attempting for a pancake. Tumama naman.
Yeah.
Pero when her hand landed on the floor, I think dun ata nagkaroon ng problema.
Her body weight went on her hand. We hope it's not too serious para kay Tanagan. Let's hear some updates from Jong. Anong nangyari doon? But back-to-back points para sa Caloocan, trying to fight back here in set number 3.
Dahab was the one who was aggressive at the net in that last sequence.
Good serve by Caloocan. Jolan chooses Espinosa. And that connects.
And Shika Espinosa, well, her effort is needed at this part of the set for Caloocan.
Ngayon naman, sa kabilang panig, si Coach Andy napa-timeout dito. And let's listen in on the huddles of Caloocan.
Girls, go. Go, di na lang yan. Mamaya, Chika!
Na kayo dito. Okay? Choice ka lang.
Coach, same na itong lineup natin.
Dito sa Marikina, because Coach Andy Fiel could smell that this set is going their way. As Tanagan there being treated on by our medical staff. We hope and pray that it's nothing too serious para sa kanya. She's been performing well so far for Caloocan. But this set, it has been all Marikina as Chopetea takes them to set point. What a comeback for the hometown kids. The Marikina Lady Shoe Masters on the verge of taking set number 3. Espinosa though. Teka muna, sabi ni Shika.
Set point saved by the team captain.
Let's see if Marikina can close out this set. They have a good 7-point cushion, talking about the Shoe Masters. Lero.
Back-to-back points for Caloocan.
You do not want to give Caloocan this momentum, especially through errors. Buti na lang, ang laki pa ng lamang dito ng Marikina, Sheila. They are able to have leeway for those, but
Pero hindi sila pwedeng magpakampante at this part of the set.
they just want to close this one out. And Chopetea, oh, good dig.
No, that wasn't
but that is a
saved.
point.
Yes.
Late ko lang dun, but that is a point for Marikina. And there they have it. The Shoe Masters fight back.
Finally getting a set against Caloocan, trying to redeem, and get this win to defend their home court.
The hometown kids rallying back. Take us to set number 4. More action when we return.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, Choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Back to live action here in Manny Pacquiao's MPVA. 25-15, 25-19, and 18-25 in set number 3. The hometown kids, the Marikina Lady Shoe Masters, not wanting to give an inch doon sa set 3. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang home court defense nila dito. And it's been the likes of Chaneli Palek, Chopitea, Lenguaje, Lero, and the rest of the Marikina Lady Shoe Masters showing us for a young team, they have the heart. They have the resilience. Kaya naman, set number 4 dito, they forced Caloocan to make some adjustments. And you have to appreciate the fight na pinakita nitong Marikina Lady Shoe Masters.
But this is the Lady Shoe Masters that we've seen the first time they went up against Caloocan, you know, having that effort, having that advantage when it comes to, you know, attacks and blocks. If we look at the stats right now, isa lang ang kalamang nila over Caloocan when it comes to blocks. Then definitely this is where they was a bit dominant, as well as the aces. Partida, mas marami pang, of course, mas maraming errors ang pinimigay dito ng Caloocan. And the good thing about the Lady Shoe Masters, they were able to sustain and maintain that aggressiveness and energy.
And here nga, we talked about who's gonna step up and help out Bridget Martinez. Well, Liam Lenguaje, 10 points and 10 attacks. Language, Lenguaje, scoring is the name. And ganda, pinapakita niya dito para sa Marikina, activated early on.
When Lero needs to be able to maximize Lenguaje, lalo na she's, you know, she's in her rhythm right now. She delivers and consistent when it comes to her offense. A few errors, you know, in during the game, but still, she's the leading scorer so far for Marikina.
10 big points ngayon para kay Lenguaje. Let's see if she could carry that momentum and rhythm here in set number 4. Nico Aaron alongside Sheila Salaysay and Jong Panerio. We bring you all the action mula po yan dito sa Marikina Sports Complex. And Caloocan now looking to answer back dito sa set number 4. But Marikina wanting to have the tiebreaker and force that deciding 5th set. Let's see who will have the better adjustments dito sa set number 4. And point goes back to Marikina.
Jolan rarely commits an error from the service area. One of, I can say, serve specialist dito ng Caloocan dahil kargado and a really good floater.
Espinosa, oh, that is a power hit. Vintage Chica Espinosa.
Same spot for, you know, Lenguaje. Kanina dyan na pumunta yung palo and the service, but she was not able to pick it up.
Lero. Good pickup by Lacerna. Good save for Marikina. Good rally so far. Martinez off the blockers and she scores.
Grabe yung effort dito ni Martinez every time she approaches the ball. Nakikita mo yung lakas ng palo niya, no? Really just breezing through the blocker's hands. Cannot be stopped.
And these girls are focused and in rhythm. It is 2-all. What a match. Ledesma has an answer.
With good recognition to hit that the other side kasi Chopitea closed out that part. She was again changed the direction of her attack mid-air. What an advantage lalo na if you're a middle spiker and very versatile as well.
And it is now 9 points for Ledesma. Another one of those players na nag-step up para dito sa Caloocan. And she does that right on cue. A service ace para sa kanya. Make that 10 points now. Tying the 10 points nitong si Lenguay for Marikina. You have Ledesma now with 10 points for Caloocan. Angelique Ledesma, 10 big points. Looking stellar from the start of the match. She's been keeping Caloocan afloat. Lero to Chopetea. That is too strong. Point will go to Marikina.
Nieva's quite silent in this
Yeah.
match against Marikina. Well, considering she's been one of the key players of Caloocan. But this time, medyo tahimik siya.
Chaneli Palik, good serve. Oh, narinig ka ata,
Yes,
Sheila.
actually.
She said, let me do something about that.
But it's the trust of Jolan, to set to her that ball once again para makabawi siya.
Nieva, and she's hoping to capitalize on that to get her rhythm in this match. Oh, solid block.
This time, nabantayan yung atake ni Martinez. You have Jolan and Dahab in front. Excellent read.
Another block point. Dami ng block points dito ni Zonzi Dahab. She's been solid at that front row. And back-to-back points for the AM Spikers.
4-point lead. Aces nakakapuntos itong Caloocan, and you have the veteran.
Manalo, good serve. Too
You know,
strong.
yes, a lack of wrist action in that last hit by Bridget Martinez.
Quickly apologizing to her coach. And 8-3 as we approach our first technical timeout.
Fans, play games with Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
And back to live action here inside the Marikina Sports Complex. It is Caloocan with a 5-point advantage, talking about the AM Spikers. Maria Manalo with a service ace. Nico Aaron still with you here, bringing you all the action. And joining me is, of course, Sheila Salaysay and Jong Panerio at courtside. At ito, 6-point lead now for Caloocan. When Marikina was gaining momentum, Caloocan always coming up with an answer. But that time, miscue there. Balik sa puntos ang Marikina. Five-point ball game. Still within reach if you were talking about the Lady Shoe Masters. Of course, Bridget Martinez activated early on in this match. She has found her rhythm. And they'll look to her if they want to come back in this one. Pero Zonzi Dahab, iba ang plano niya dun. As that was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99. Load now. Zonzi Dahab.
Well, Cruz was in position already, kaya naangat niya ng konti yung bola, but that was just too strong that she cannot contain it.
Palek, good save. Lacerna, good dig.
Oh, Chopetea, Lero, tandem.
The
Just reading the attack of
Oh,
Espinosa really very well.
The Great Wall of Marikina. Lero and Chopetea. Solid block.
Alam mo, if I'm not mistaken, nag-abot itong si Chopetea at saka si Espinosa sa UP eh. Pero baka mali ako doon. But yeah, they were, of course, former Fighting Maroon.
And that's what you gotta love about the MPVA, Sheila, no? Yung mga dati mong kakampi, ngayon, they're on the other side of the floor. It's fun to see those styles go up against each other. Siyempre, nakikilala mo na rin sila.
Very exciting as well. Long rally.
Good quality rally from both squads. Good save by Palek. Back and forth we go. Martinez. Jolan chooses Dahab. Good pickup by Palek. Free ball. Oh, right through the blockers. Zonzi Dahab.
Good decision for Jolan to give it to the middle dahil solo lang si Bal Medina in covering that middle attack. Lahat sila. Kita mo naman yung effort na pinakita in that last rally.
7 points now. 11 points rather for Zonzi Dahab. Natutulungan din niya dito sina Shika Espinosa, Rhea Manalo. Now Zonzi Dahab joining the party of Caloocan.
Good coverage for Marikina, pero dumulas.
Yeah.
A very rare error for Lero.
Nako, and if you're Coach Andy Fiel and Marikina, you do not want this lead to slip away. You do not want Caloocan to build on this as Zonzi Dahab, 11 points right now. Make that 12 points. Service ace.
And Caloocan slowly slipping away early at the start of the fourth set.
Kaya naman, napa-timeout ulit si head coach Andy Fiel ng Marikina. Let's listen in.
Kanina, ganda na receive. Biglan, yung service receive, biglan nawala. Okay? Baliktad yung nangyari. We need to work hard on those receptions. Wala time play. Hindi sila gumagalaw sa likod. Hindi sila gumagalaw. Kasi tayo yung nagbibigay ng error. You understand? Okay, tara.
Work harder on those receptions. Point of emphasis doon ni Coach Andy Fiel. As it is an 8-point lead now for Caloocan, wanting his young Marikina Lady Shoemasters squad to adjust and do it quickly. They want to stay alive in this one.
Coach Andy recognizing that is the area that they have to work on at this part of the set. Just like that. First ball, good reception, yun ang nawawala sa Marikina ngayon. Kaya naman lumalaki ng lumalaki. Itong kalamangan ng Caloocan, then they continue to earn more points from the service area.
And it's been Zonzi Dahab having her personal scoring run right now. Lero. Solid block.
That was an easy read. That time in the middle, hindi na nga gumalaw itong blocker ng Caloocan.
Ledesma.
Yes.
Papakita doon. Sarte, bumalik naman dito para sa Shoemasters. Coach Andy Fiel trying now a new mix. Seeing what could give this spark now. Much needed spark for Marikina. Alert play. Sarte. Oh, challenges Ledesma.
Jolan happy na nakapalo siya doon.
Good point. Lenguaje back on the scoring board. 6 points for Marikina given by number 6.
Pero mas kailangan pa nilang pumuntos dito para makadikit and trimming the lead of Caloocan.
Still a 9-point game. Lenguaje.
Clearly that's in, yes. Clearly that's in. And back-to-back points for Lenguaje. floor is, well, Shika asked na mapunasan yung floor kahit na basa. Then, of course, safety is our priority here as they are still leading big. Etong Caloocan AM Spikers.
8-point ang pagitan nila dito ng Marikina. Ledesma trying to get that through. Good save. Lenguaje, she'll try, and that one works.
Well, good recognition of Lenguaje. Medyo mababa at bitin yung set ni Sarte, but she was able to, recognize that early and approach the ball and convert that to a point.
Sarte now, the newly checked in at the service line, looking to give Marikina that much needed boost. Balik kay Lenguaje. Pick up by Sarte. Good rally so far. Free ball. Sarte, Balmedina. Manalo. Sarte was there. Espinosa will try. Good dig. Free ball naman.
Yes, excellent read and anticipation on the attacks and block at the net for Marikina.
And speaking of block, it is a block point.
Two teams are really working on, getting 1 point in that last sequence, but it was Marikina able to get that one.
Kaya naman, makinig tayo dito kay Coach Michael Palermo.
Pero bakit hindi natin gawin na pag tayo papalo, lakasan na natin para mapatay agad. Hindi yung spin natin na ganun babalik ng bola.
Yeah, good reminders there. Coach Michael Palermo, naaamoy na niya na nakakabalik na dito ang Marikina. 6 points now. This is not a, it's a cushion, but not so far. If you're Caloocan, this is still manageable para dito sa Marikina. 1-2 play. That is prevented there. Free ball wala sa Caloocan. Sarte.
Good coverage by Cruz.
We go to Espinosa again. Off the blockers, and she scores. And she will take us to our second technical timeout.
Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Well, Caloocan's first libero Tanagan appeared in pain after twisting her hand while attempting to save that volleyball. The medical team immediately attended to her and applied an ice pack to ease the discomfort. Well, thankfully, the injury seems minor, but her availability this fourth set seems uncertain. Well, this could be a crucial blow for Caloocan as Tanagan has been a steady anchor in defense, ranking among the league's best in reception and digs. And without her, Caloocan's floor coverage, we may face a real test. Back to you, Nico and Sheila.
Thank you, Jong. Yun nga, Sheila, Tanagan most likely will not return in this match. So, that's the challenge for Caloocan. They do have the 7-point lead. But if you're Marikina, you would want to capitalize on that fact.
But the good thing is they have one more libero that they can maximize. So, well, we just wish that,
Yes.
hindi major yung kanyang injury so she can back on the floor in their next match. Maganda rin naman ang pinapakita dito nung kanilang libero.
La Serna stepping up. She's been a decent libero. Really showing up for Caloocan. But if you're Tanagan, speedy recovery. Many more matches to play pa. para dito sa Caloocan. As Rhea Manalo, Caloocan's hometown native, looking to close this one out on the home floor of Marikina. But Jolan with that error there, so Marikina is looking to claw back in here. Ito, pinasok na naman ni Coach Andy si Dagarat. She's had a solid performance so far. A good recognition by Val Medina.
Walang gumalaw sa floor ng
Oo.
Caloocan in that last sequence. Kaya naman Val Medina took her time and saw that empty spot on the floor of Caloocan.
6-point game. Marikina wanting to bounce back.
Well, it
yeah.
seemed like very easy attack coming from Chica Espinosa with that power. You know, she just hit that through the blocker's hands of Marikina.
Nothing new for Chica Espinosa. And it's that muscle memory to get that right through the blockers, giving them a 7-point lead. Manalo naman! Your turn, my turn.
Yeah, very rare combination play setup para kay Jolan and Manalo, but you can see she was able to hit the through. Val Medina.
Chica Espinosa, the team captain, 11 points, leading her team to an 8-point advantage and a 2-set advantage, looking to close this one out on Marikina's home floor. But this young squad of Marikina, they've shown heart sa set 3. They want to bring that and carry that on here in set 4.
Well, that's too low of a set for Val Medina and too low but very far from the net.
Yeah. 9-point lead. Caloocan 5 points away from sealing the set and sealing the game. As Tizo now checks in for Caloocan, making her first appearance. An ace. And Chica Espinosa now her 12th point of the match. Service ace from the team captain. Signature game para sa kanya. Martinez.
Good coverage for Marikina.
Lacerna. Jolan to Ledesma. They connect.
Again, the power tip of Ledesma powers it through. Unstoppable in that attack.
And that is why Coach Andy wants to talk things over with his girls. Let's listen in.
Basahin nyo, wala na nga halos mapalo din, puro mga swipe lang. So kailangan yung talagang tiyagain, puntahan yung bola itaas, rally nga, rally. O hayaan mo sila, may offense sila. Rally tayo, rally, just put the ball up, put the ball up. Effort tayo, tara. Kaya pa yan, kaya pa yan.
Yun nga, good reminders there by Coach Andy Fiel. Kaya naman, he senses that this is slowly but surely going Caloocan's way. But let's see, Marikina will rally back. And of course, Marikina WCC would like to thank Mayor Maan Chudoro, Councilor Elvis Tolentino, World City Colleges, Marikina Canine Search and Rescue, and the Magic 7 Sportswear. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat na patuloy na sumusuporta dito sa Marikina and of course dito sa MPVA. And it has been a back and forth affair, but in this set, Caloocan making the adjustments as they are inching themselves closer from sealing this match. Lenguaje, good shot that time.
Excellent attack from the back coming from Lenguaje. Yung approach, yung timing. And whenever she gets that good setup, lalo na kung may enough space for her to approach, she's always deadly. pagdating sa opensa.
Yeah, so it has been that kind of a night, but you know, the bright spots para dito sa Marikina, it's a young team. You know, the potential is there. And for Coach Andy Fiel, Coach Revy Pio Quinto, and these young ladies of Marikina, it's about building on that confidence, that experience. Pandadalhin nila yan heading into other tournaments as well.
Bal Medina, nahawakan yung palo na yon ni Shika, and definitely that's a point for Caloocan, and we are already at match point.
Yes. And Caloocan, a balanced attack. Espinosa, Manalo, Dahab showing up for the AM Spikers. They want to seal it here.
Muntik na makapuntos doon ng Marikina.
Sarte. Chopetea keeping Marikina alive in this one.
You will love the effort displayed here. And Chopetea, well, did not even think twice, taking advantage of that ball.
Presence of mind. Pinakita niya dito. But it's a 10-point gap, and that does it. It is the Caloocan AM Spikers evening things up, and now they could take a sigh of relief. Finally, they say their first win of the tournament, and what a way to do it.
Dito pa, no, sa Marikina Sports Complex. Well, this time, they made sure to change the ending, of their encounter compared to their first match, in the first round. But of course, it was I can say, total team effort displayed here by both Marikina and Caloocan. Though we all know that Caloocan is the more experienced team, but definitely, they got their breakthrough win against Marikina this time.
Marikina showing good fight. They beat Caloocan in round number 1, pero sabi ng Caloocan, gusto nila makabawi. Here in round number 2, they get the win. There you have it, 25-13 at set number 4. Post-game highlights, interviews, and more sa ating pagbabalik.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Back here inside the Marikina Sports Complex for Manny Pacquiao's MPVA, 25-15, 25-19, 18-25, 25-13. Yan po ang naging talaan natin dito sa panig ng Caloocan and Marikina. It is the AM Spikers with a 3-1 sets victory. At ito nga, a lot of people stepped up for Caloocan, pero may isa dyan. Sino ang napili mo, Sheila, bilang Queen of the Court natin para sa ating match?
Well, we have Rhea Manalo, of course. We also have Chica Espinosa. We have definitely Jolan and other girls from Caloocan AM Spikers who delivered in this match, winning over Marikina. But I think it was Ledesma who was able to set the pace early on, simula pa lang nung set 1 niya. And those powerful tips really talagang ginulo yung floor defense ng Marikina.
Yes, and solid performance, all-around effort para dito kay Ledesma. At syempre, kasama nga niya ngayon si Jong Panerio. Jong, the floor is yours.
And of course, here with me is the Queen of the Court right now. I'm so happy for you. Simple lang yung tanong ko, alam ko masaya ka, ba't gaano kasarap yung unang panalo this season?
Actually, hindi namin ma-explain kasi syempre first win eh. Ang tagal namin hinintay ito, so sana magtuloy-tuloy na yung first win namin. Sobrang overwhelmed lang talaga po.
And we do hope that this could spark Caloocan para sa mas maraming panalo this season. And right now, alam ko marami kang gustong pasalamatan. It's your time to greet all of your fans, your family, and supporters.
Thank you po especially po kay Lord Jesus for the win. Nagpapasalamat po kami sa walang sawang suporta ni Mayor Along Malapitan, Kong Oka, and Consi Entay Malapitan, Lexi Malapitan, Boss Dennis Flores. And thank you din po sa sponsors, Venom Sportswear, Mandarin Sky, Father Roel na nasa Jerusalem, Brother Arnold, Pastor Rev, and Pastor Jem of GCF Caloocan, and also kay Pastor Ronnie Batas ni Matias. And also po sa mga families po namin na nakasupport po sa amin lagi. Thank you so much po.
And there you have it, our Queen of the Court. Now back to you, Sheila and Nico.
Thank you so much, Jong. Our Queen of the Court, Ledesma, stepping up para dito sa Caloocan, and she's been stellar from start to finish. Set 1, made her presence felt. Set 2, consistent, and dito sa set number 4, closing things out, giving Caloocan their first win of this tournament.
Well, sabi nga niya, very humble dahil nga hindi nila ini-expect itong panalo na to. Pero nakita natin on how they perform. Definitely, they want and hungrier to get this win.
And here are your Smart's Powered Up Plays brought to you by Smart Only 5G. Only 85 pesos for 3 days. Download the Smart app and load now.
But simula pa lang ng set number 1 natin na Nico, nakita na natin yung dominance and the eagerness nitong Caloocan when it comes to the attacks. And one of those players who really step up sa simula pa lang, ito nga si Ledesma. We've seen her power tips. And of course, although set number 1, a lot of seesaw exchanges of points, pero you know, Jolan becoming more aggressive and taking matters into her own hands. I think she did like 2 times in a 1-2 play and very effective. Pagdating naman ng set number 2, still sa umpisa it was Marikina trying to cope from their errors in the first set, pero Caloocan becoming more, how can I say, I think mas ganado sila, mas determinado dahil nakauna na nga silang nakakuha ng panalo pagdating ng set number 2. Pagdating naman ng set number 3, dito we've seen, kind of unusual performance on the side of Caloocan from magandang first 2 sets. Pagdating ng set number 3 dito, medyo nawala yung depensa nila. Dito nawala yung kanilang opensa, and it made the Marikina, Marikina took advantage of their errors and using it to their advantage. That's why they were able to get set number 3, the Lady Shoemasters. Pero set number 4 again, I believe Caloocan woke up from that loss in set number 4 dahil dito bumawi na nga sila. Simula pa lang, first technical timeout, 8-3 yung score, and from then hindi na nila hinayaang makapuntos pa yung Marikina. It was definitely everyone on the side of the AM Spikers contributed and pitched in scores. On the side of Marikina, we have Martinez as well, Lero definitely, Chopitea, Lenguaje, isa pa sa mga nagdala sa Lady Shoemasters, but still is insufficient for them to get another win kumpara ulitin yung naging storya nila on their first encounter again sa Caloocan.
It's even now between Caloocan and Marikina, but if you're Marikina, at the bright side, mga bata pa to, these girls have a lot of volleyball ahead of them. They can learn from this and use it moving forward. For Caloocan, great first win of the tournament. They hope to build on this one. And good win for them to do it on the home floor of Marikina. Ito nga, Shira, nabanggit natin kanina. Let's take a look at the match stats.
Well, when it comes to the attacks, definitely malaking bagay. It's a 10-point difference between Caloocan and Marikina. Blocks as well. Dito, nanguna pa din ang AM Spikers. Aces, definitely, we've seen a lot from different players. Of course, from Jolan, we've seen some from Ledesma, we've seen from Lastan. So yung scoring points pagdating dito sa Caloocan, it's not spread out among the different players of the AM Spikers. Partida, they were also able to limit their errors, and definitely talagang advantage on for the Caloocan.
Good match from both squads, but today it is Caloocan with the upper hand on the home floor of Marikina, but good fight from the Lady Shoemasters. Marikina wants to bounce back at magbabalik ang MPVA November 13. That is Binyan taking on Pasay. Unang laro yan at 3 p.m. And then for the main game naman, it will be Negros kontra dito sa Marikina Lady Shoemasters as we continue our round 2 action. And now on behalf of all of our hardworking men and women of our MPVA production team and crew, my analyst for today, Sheila Salaysay, our course reporter, Jong Panerio. This has been Nico Aaron saying thank you at maraming salamat po sa patuloy niyong pagsuporta dito sa Manny Pacquiao's MPVA, ang liga para sa lahat.